Welcome to my countdown to the launch and release of OPC, Organise, Prioritise, Commit, the training, testing and performing process. This is a project and a process I have been working on since I graduated with my Masters, my Performance Science Masters from the Royal College of Music back in 2016. 7 years. 7 years and counting. And I thought I would give a weekly vlog of how I feel as I prepare all the stages that have been happening. There have been a lot of build-ups and then knockdowns and rewrites and editors. It's a long process. And I thought I would share really personally what's been going on and also what it feels like to be sustaining a project for such a long time. Today is the 1st of October and I am working on another rewrites, adjustments. Really the main objective is to move it from being an academic project which is so removed from what we practically do, what I practically do in fact as a musician, and all of us who are practically involved in playing, and make my ideas, put my ideas in an articulate way that will excite, will engage all of you who might, and I hope will, engage with OPC when it's finally released early in 2024. So what am I feeling like after a Saturday of having a total break from being in my office, even from training, mowing the grass, doing various domestic things, and I come back to the desk. I have behind me, you can see, I'm preparing to start on the next chapter which my editor has sent me and that I am having to make clarifications, amendments, readjustments. What am I feeling? I've been reading a lot about the bodily feelings, about how it feels physically to be faced with the challenges. And one of the things on my new OPC website will be that I will be sharing many of the science theories and models which have hugely influenced me, not just from the writing point of view, but also in the practical side, in the playing side, as well as in my writing side. So what do I physically feel? Well, I feel tight in my stomach. I feel a nervousness. Almost, I would say, I would equate it with preparing to go on stage, whether it's a live broadcast or whether it's a performance. And some might think this is really odd, but I've had a day away and I step back to my desk. I can see the challenges that await me. You can see the green there, which is one of the things that my editor has asked me to rethink. And I feel a tremendous sense of nervousness. Am I up to the task? And I think all those who might be watching this might have some sense of a kind of relationship or some sort of connectivity with what I'm saying, that there is a sense of resistance, of am I up to the task, of perhaps fear is too strong a word, but nervousness, I think, encapsulates it. And we can interpret that as perhaps I'm not. Or is it that we actually have to work through that and feel really that there is a resource of determination and resilience. And I would say discipline. I have lots of ideas of things that I would love to do, continue weeding in the garden, all sorts of things, but no, I must stay at my desk. I have to overcome these feelings of nervousness and am I up to the task? And the answer is yes, I must dig deep, and once I'm actually doing it, once I'm sort of back in the saddle, I will, because that's what I've been doing for 7+ years actually. I believe in OPC. I've taught it, I've lectured it, I've mentored the concepts from OPC. I know they are solid. My challenge is to articulate OPC on paper, so to speak, and that's where my nervousness comes in. I could speak about it and share it and have no concerns when I'm actually delivering it, but that's not how I want OPC. That will limit its possibilities. So there we have it. I am going to spend this morning working on the next chapter. One of the parts of the OPC process is one that many of you will be familiar with, and that is chunking, and that is breaking a big project up into smaller pieces, and that enables the big project, or what we have set ourselves, whether it's at our desk or whether it's actually learning a piece. If we break it down into smaller segments, it feels less overwhelming. And while I do that very, very meticulously and very systematically when I'm sitting with the clarinet or the sax on my training chair, I have to really remind myself in the context of OPC and the editing that I must break it down. So even a chapter is too much, and I'm going to break it down into sections, and that's what I'm going to do. So I talk a lot about determination, dedication, resilience, discipline, all of those words. And these are not just words, these are actually real directives. And what I have to remind myself, particularly like this morning when I've had a break, I'm back to my desk and I need all of those, and the feeling that despite feeling a nervousness that I physically feel in the pit of my stomach, that I can and I will overcome these feelings, these physical feelings, as I just get back and get a systemized process in place and start work. And that's what I will do. I'll see you in a week's time and give you a little bit of an update of how the week of OPC has progressed.